If I hypothetically, if I start streaming now, okay, all right. We've begun recording.
Uh, so hello everyone. Sorry if my voice sounds kind of dead because, well, long story short, I have a trip home today. So, uh, yeah, I didn't get a nap, so feeling a bit tired, but it's fine because it's Saturday. So welcome to the talk. I guess we're going to discuss about the famous infamous DPP system. Uh, So maybe you've seen the scheduled event, like what we're going to talk with. You know, let me explain what I need to explain first, and then we can start the discussion. Okay. All right. So first things first. Actually, should I send the draft? It's quite long, so be prepared.
Might as well. It'll help for. It might.
Yeah, like,
I don't think it'll help people understand, but it'll give a better idea of
yeah,
where
like
we're going.
at least they will know like what we will discuss.
Yeah, yeah,
I think I need to split this to three messages. Yeah,
yeah. I think.
I still can't type. Try to rejoin the thread.
Oh God.
And to, I will need to disable the permission first. Hold on, so that my message does not get spam. That's part one.
Oh, no one can send messages anymore.
Yeah, yeah, I disable it for a reason so that my message does not get spam.
Ah, okay, got it.
Yeah. Okay, wait, that's not everything.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, you're already pinning.
Now let's open the machine. To be good now. And get to type okay. Ooh. If you so much stuff, yeah.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah. Let's start with the on progress work first. So maybe first things first. Maybe some people don't know this, but we do have a thread in the PP project thread. A thread where I basically talk about how I develop the system, like what do what changes I am making, what are my thought process about a system, a particular system in the system. Well, basically like a component. And if you see the pinned message, there are messages where I actually pin the changes that I have made for each rebalance. So if you're interested in being part of the DPP development, you can join the thread, and or if you just want to watch that, feel free to. But with that out of the way, let's get started with the actual talk. So on progress work. So maybe some people don't know this, but there was a rebalance in February 22 in this year, so there's not much work that's been done right now. I'm basically like a basically half awake and half asleep on the system, like just waiting for how people react to it. But I have seen some potential problem from it. So for okay, let's enter the aim part. So aim, basically what's only being done right now is the two-hand detection. So this has been brought multiple times, like since I think 2020 or 2021, and there has been some progress, but there is not there's not much progress because uh well, first of all, it, it's a little bit harder to approach, unlike the three finger detection. So basically for the three finger detection, I only care like basically when do people tap, is it like is it in a section where there might be a potential three finger abuse. But for two hand, not only do I need to do that, I also need to know where they press. And this is what makes it much more harder because there are so many edge cases. Like basically, uh, the okay. So before the third pre-release, uh, you may be familiar with the famous replay bug that has affected the game since the beginning. It's where if you watch a replay, the result is not equal to the actual play itself. This is a really common bug that basically I think anyone knows here. Uh, and that's one of the major problems for detecting for making the two-hand detection, because this position is not the position of each cursor is not accurate enough. It causes some inaccuracies on when I basically try to see is this guy to ending or it's not. And we have made some workarounds, like me and Nero basically had a really long was a really long discussion, like how do we detect two hand what. Okay, there's a play here that it can be considered an outlier, we should try to work on it, stuff like that. So I have tried multiple approaches, but none of them are like really good. Basically, like it grants a satisfying result. And as a disclaimer, like maybe some of you have seen like the DPP values after being affected by two hand. But I need to note that that's just used to like see if I actually did the detection properly. They did someone something. I think you can just tell them to rejoin the thread. Uh, let me check the permission. Yeah, I think it should be good. Let me just this. Uh, yeah, I've enabled the permission, so if they can't type, I think it's their problem. I'm not sure how to solve it, but wait, let's get back to the actual topic. So, because of the aforementioned problem, I can confidently say that the detection is still far from being complete. Basically, there are still cases where we are not satisfied with. We, as in me and Nero, are not satisfied with. So that's I guess that's only it for game. And for speed or tap, there are none because, well, if you've noticed, the past rebounds have been focusing on speed. So no, there's nothing to work on. So no, and accuracy again. So I have to make a explanation here first because my point I did mention something called statistical accuracy PP. So if you don't know, this topic is a bit, you need like the basic knowledge about statistics if you actually want to understand like how the system works and such. But basically, the way accuracy PP is structured right now is really, let's just say it's really subjective in a way. Like, there are so many numbers, like from the numbers resulted from trial and errors, like basically trying to make the numbers look good, but it's only for like the for a major part of the system. So there are some cases where accuracy PP makes absolutely zero sense, which is basically the trade-off of having these arbitrary values in place.
Do you have any examples where you would call the values off in any particular case, or
Sure, I
just like
think
a general example?
sure. The cases, the major cases where accuracy PP doesn't make sense is in polyrhythmic maps. It's like, for example, Sputnik. You If you try to calculate it, I know it, I know the OD for Droid is actually extremely low, but this is another topic that I will touch later. Don't have permission to speak in the thread more. Why do people don't have permissions to speak? What the hell? Go on. Yeah, I mean, this. How about now? I went to my phone and can't type either. Are you serious? How about now?
Okay, even I don't have permissions to type in the thread. And I have permission to type in the regular channel. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's disabled.
Okay. What if we just like let people talk in the normal channel?
Wait, what if I do this? How about now? No, like in the thread, not in the channel.
Oh god, oh fuck. Okay, actually, let set a slow mode for. Wait, does a slow mode for channel also apply to a thread?
No, thread has its own
Oh, still
slow
cut? Are you
mode.
kidding me?
Can't talk. Or let's just move to the channel then.
Yeah. But fuck. Oh, I also can't type. Still can't type in a thread. Yeah, I think we should just move the channel.
No, I think
Jesus. I did not realize that Sputnik had 4 Rhythm SR and 33 AC PP. Good God. That's okay. That's droid for you. Oh great. This is hi. Hi, so while Ryan is gone, I'm just gonna give my personal opinions on the DPP system. I don't know what to say. Okay, yeah. Let's try to be objective or whatever. Boo. Okay, yeah, two-hand detection is still harder as fuck because there's still like a dozen things you have to consider for it to work at all. And if you fuck one of those up, at least one of those, then you're gonna get like a billion false flags, and you're gonna get a billion cases that pass through, and it's all gonna fall apart, and it's gonna be fucking pointless. So you need to
Hello.
absolutely make sure everything works before even considering implementing two-hand detection.
Hello?
Sorry, I was trying to fill dead air. Hi.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. My dad came in. Give me an option to use the second monitor.
Oh, okay. Also, you actually sound normal now.
Really,
Yeah, mic quality suddenly like doubled.
bruh. Thanks, Dad. I guess. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's see. I think I need to move the post first. To
Yeah, you can just.
let me lock again because I don't want
Okay.
people to spam.
Okay.
I think
So
Discord.
we've gone through all the stuff that's in progress, which isn't that much, but still.
I still need to explain about
Oh
accuracy.
yeah, yeah. We still need to.
It's fine. Fine. All right. I chat. I just locked it, so bye.
Bruh.
God dang it. Stop flagging VS Code. Thank you. Okay. Squishy, don't type.
Now everyone's typing in the thread.
Squishy, don't type. Please.
Squishy please. Squishy please, no. What the
Thing.
I mean, why? God damn it. Okay.
Wait,
Fred going kind of crazy right now.
I can just archive it. Done. Easy.
Ooh.
Alright. Revert the terms. Alright, should be good now.
Okay, I'm pinning the messages. Don't nerf two hands for me, untap the player.
Gone. I can't reach chat now. I need to.
Oh, that's what DPP is.
Okay.
Oh,
Yay.
I was wondering for like years. I've had all these conversations, and now I know what it is.
Wow. It's like I've been working for years and I only know what DPP is now. Thank you.
Appreciate
Okay.
it. Anyways,
Okay.
statistical accuracy PP. What the hell is it?
Okay. So the ideal system of accuracy TP would be actually based on your unstable rate. If you believe it or not, it unstable rate should actually be accounted to the system. However, using unstable rate is uh, let's just say it's really hard because this accuracy PP problem is not just in PC. It's also, I mean, it's not only Android. PC also has this problem. So can you actually
Yeah.
not wait? Yeah, I think I might need to add slow mode.
Yeah, you probably
5 seconds. 5 seconds is enough. Okay, cool. All right, now, uh, as I said earlier, the way accuracy PP should be done is actually based on your UR. So UR should actually be accounted. However, it's difficult because, well, if we want to include UR, it'll be really dependent on replay. And again, inaccuracy because the replay, if you use third pre-release, you'll actually notice this. Like if you watch a replay, your unstable rate will not be the same as the original
Yeah,
play.
it's
Yes,
always different between when you finish a play, when you watch the replay, and then when Alice analyzes it.
yes.
So is that something that can be changed or prevented, or is it just gonna be
No,
fucked?
no, it will stay fucked because it's from the replay. It's an issue from the replay.
Oh god.
Yeah. So like replay only stores like it stores offset like the offset from the actual time uh the actual object time, but it doesn't go as far as decimals. It's only integers like whole numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4 and such.
Okay.
So it's not super accurate. It is also the reason why if you compare your stable rate in game and from Alice, it's different.
You
Yes.
also said this in the two-hand detection part that the cursor position recording the replay is not decimal before 1.6.8 for pre-release. So will older plays be affected more by this?
What?
In the in progress work for the two-hand detection, the cursor
Uh,
position, it's not, there are no decimals before pre-release free. So will replays before that don't have decimals be
oh yes,
affected
yes,
more?
yes.
Ah, okay.
Right. So replay is from 1.6.8 second pre-release and older. They will be affected by the same problem. Uh, so that's the main problem of having uh, an UR based accuracy PP. So the only ideal way, I mean the most ideal way to of doing of like involving UR into the accuracy PP system is to estimate it based on your hit result, like the 300, 150s.
Oh,
Yes, there's already an effort in PC to do that.
I think that would only make
Uh,
sense on Osu Laser because there you have slider accuracy, but you don't have it on stable.
yeah, but the work was done with stable scoring in mind. So
Oh, okay. Wait,
yeah,
so would it? How can you link that or something? How would that work on Droid?
sure. Let me. There's a whole document on it. I can,
Yeah, that would be greatly appreciated.
but I'm gonna give a warning first that it's really like static.
Highly technical and shit.
Yeah, I mean it's not technical. You just need like a good knowledge of statistics and probabilities, like basically good math.
Uh,
Like that's literally PPAs. You just need to be good at math, and you will understand it easy. All
okay,
right, let
so
me.
I'm gonna be fucked then.
All right, here's the document. It's 11 pages long, so have fun.
Yay. Oh, the chat's scrolling too fast. I can't click it.
Bro, 11 pages. Yeah. That's literally how I really mean it
Okay.
when I said I need
Looking
statistics.
at the accuracy PP formula, I see why that's completely fucking arbitrary. What the fuck?
Yes.
What? Alright, I need to
This
fucking paste this shit for people to see. No, wait, let me just, like, make an image of it or some shit.
this
Cause,
is
no, you have to fucking see this. What the fuck is this?
if you know what arbitrary means, it just means that you put some random numbers and it will make sense for the whole like place. That's what
Yeah,
arbitrary means. Hold on.
okay.
I think I do
Um,
have
okay,
an
Biggie's talking something about why he can't get 2-digit UR. Is it related to 60 hertz? I think.
why I
Okay.
can't get 2-digit UR.
Skill issue? Sorry.
That's not a skill issue. I mean, phone is a factor, but I think if I
Yeah.
discuss it, it will be a whole different topic. So,
Okay. We can probably talk about that later then.
mm, where's the fucking graph? I need to find this fucking graph. Hold on. I do have like an interactive graph for people. Wait, did you screenshot the thing?
Yeah, I'm saving it. Okay, here we go. Look at that beauty.
This is beautiful. Look how many random numbers there are.
Cool numbers.
Very cool numbers. This is keep in mind this is PC.
Yeah, this is what the
This is for PC.
professionals are using.
Yeah, amazing number that I don't understand. It's okay. It's arbitrary. Keep in mind it's arbitrary.
Yeah, that it's yeah, it's. I'm pretty sure the people who made this don't understand it. It just works.
Let me wait. That's not the full thing. Let me.
Yeah, I put the context for it.
Yeah, like there's some variables that people don't
Yeah, I
understand.
attached
Yeah.
that to the image
Okay.
already. Put in funny numbers and hope it fixes. Yep, that's basically it.
Yeah. This is basically the accuracy PP. And if you use flashlight or yeah, like I really mean it when I said you need a good math. ERF is basically an error function. If you don't know, search error function in Google.
Arrow function?
Error function. It's a math
Oh,
thing.
okay.
When will flashlight burn? It's not the topic. Okay, I have not even done speaking yet. I'm not even done speaking. All right, let's see. So yeah, this is why accuracy PP is such a problem because I can give the formula for droid. It's basically the same as this.
Oh.
Hold on. OD is not linear. Yeah. Let me get the. Let me open something first. Uh, okay.
Yeah, welcome to maths class, guys. This was all a scam.
No, fuck. Tokuchi, can I not, please? Sorry, this is the.
Hey, Pengo got muted. A, XUC01, XUC.
So this is the accuracy scaling of droid. It's really similar. It's actually really similar. Wait, no, A is OD. I flipped it. Oh.
Bro.
Alright, I have not seen this graph for a long time. I mean, I have not touched it. Okay, there. And keep in mind that the OD is PC OD. It's not droid.
So
Oh.
so instead of it being like 0 to 10, or it'll be like it's converted to PC. Wait, how do you convert it to PCOD?
Using hit window timing.
Oh.
Hit timing. How the fuck a two? It's similar because it's arbitrary. Yay! That's just how arbitrary number works. Literally, I literally mean it. That's just how. That's just how numbers work. What the H stands for.
Okay, Kessie's just posting random shit from the fucking formula from the paper, so go ask him or read the paper for context.
The calculation will be like this. Yes, it will basically be like that. You're correct.
Yeah, eventually, if you change the numbers enough, it works. I mean, isn't that basically what you do with final multiplier?
Yep. It's a. I mean, it's a bit wrong, but sure, you get the idea. Anyway.
Okay.
So this is why we need something called a statistical accuracy PP, so that we can actually see like actually great accuracy, like in terms of how difficult it is to get. So yeah,
but
I give a.
just for clarification, scores with low OD, but still not low OD, low UR. But if they still have like shit accuracy, those will still be like. Will those still be low?
Of course, like
Okay, I just
see
wanted
the
to make sure.
accuracy power. Yeah. Okay. All right. So continuing on, it ends. N is the circle number. Yeah. Yeah. It's that's also an arbitrary number if you think about it.
Yeah. Okay, so can we move on to...
Yes, we can move on.
Problems!
Yay, now this is the section where I actually thought like a lot because well this is from my perspective as someone who basically developed the system. Maybe you guys will notice something different, or maybe you can disagree. So
Yeah.
we will discuss that later when the session comes.
FYI, if you do have like problems you think are in the system, try to tell us in a way that's like constructive or at least informative, and not go buff X, buff Y, nerf Z, or fucking whatever.
Yep. All right. On to problems. Starting from aim. I think this is something that aim players have been waiting for. Okay, so I think the one general problem that we can all agree with is it's fucking underrated. It's really underrated.
Yeah.
Like,
Unfortunately,
unless you fucking use
unless you play with two hand on like high BPM maps, then it's proper. But
yeah.
unfortunately, the values have to be lowered. Otherwise, two hand players they just get all an insane lead, basically.
Yeah. So the aim the aim PP being really underrated is because this was basically the result of trying to not let the endgame meta be basically two hand DT jumps. If you're old enough, you will know that basically the old DPP system, the top 100 place is just fucking two hand DT.
Yeah, I think it was like 2/3 two-hand plays. I'll check
Yeah,
the current top plays list right now. It's probably
it's-
like 50/50 speed and two-hand.
yeah. And this is aside of that, this is actually caused by a lot of factors. One of the one of the main factor of this is the touch device nerf. If you're if you don't know, there is basically a flat penalty that we apply, or basically this is also for PC. They apply if you use touch device, and this is another arbitrary number. Let me just tell you that first, which is also a problem.
It's literally aim times 0.8 if I remember
It
correctly.
aim to the 0.8 power,
Ah, okay, yeah.
not times. Yeah,
Uh,
if it's times, then it'll be buffed instead. It's not. It won't be in the situation.
okay.
Yeah. This is why. This is the main reason why. And the plan is to alter this thing, the TD nerf, when the two hand detection is actually finished. So and then in return it will not what was been, my god. Okay. Anyway, the plan is to alter this arbitrary number, like increase it so that instead of it being a two hand nerf, it will be quote unquote one hand buff. So yeah. And then the second main factor is the circle size of Droid. Like if you maybe you guys don't notice this, but yeah, CS4 in if you play a map in CS4 in Droid, it's like CS -1 for PC.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. It's somewhere between 0 and -1.
So obviously aim is affected by that.
A lot.
A
Affected
lot.
a lot. And I do have a plan to buff the circle size or lower the threshold to for the circle size buff, but I'm kind of afraid that it will make another basically the PR incident. If you don't know when PR was first ranked, it was fucking broken. Like maybe it is still now, but we'll get to that later. But yeah,
Wait,
it's
which PR breaking incident are you referring to?
when it first got ranked. Like you know when accuracy PP just went boom,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
and then
That
and
was a
then me
really long time ago.
yes, it was a
Damn.
long time ago, and then me and Nero basically like fuck, we need to actually make rhythm count, but that will
Yeah.
be on another topic. Okay, and uh, the PR incident for circle size will be small circle. The small circle mod, if you don't know, within you or I don't know what you're doing, or maybe you have not played with mods at all, do not know this the small circle mod, bruh. Yeah. Now you can try to calculate map with small circle mod now, and you can see how fucking underrated it is.
Yeah, it's not doing too good.
It's really underrated. I'm not like
Is that
exaggerating it.
is that also affected by the two-hand nerf?
Mm,
Not
the
the
tool.
not a specific two-hand nerf, but just the aim nerf in general.
I don't think. No. Circle size was not. Circle size was not touched at all. So
Oh, okay, all right.
yes, not now. And the third factor is the most recent aim reward. If you, I don't know if you believe this.
Hello, Sexar. How are you?
So to actually make you understand why I think it makes the current aim basically dead, I need to explain. I need to explain first how the previous aim star rating works. So I'm gonna keep it very simple. The old the old aim star rating, it prefers basically large jumps, any large jumps, which is and then uh, other than that, it also prefers jumps with angle like above 60 degrees in particular.
Or
Like anything above. Hmm?
it's mostly sharp angles under 60 at or under 60 degrees at big spacing. That's what used to be give the most PP. I know, I was exploiting it back then.
Yes. Basically, yeah.
And also, sliders were worth nothing. Slidering was worth nothing.
Yes. Slider was Sliders are barely worth something. They are accounted, but they're worth basically nothing.
Yeah.
So that's the old algo, or that's the old star rating for A. But the new one, it prefers jumps with sudden distance changes. So basically, if you have jumps with you have this huge jump, and then you have a short jump in between, that's what the new system prefers.
So is it only a change of like one or two notes, or does it, like, how long does the change in distance have to be for it to
Anything you want,
buff it?
anything you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as long as it change. I mean, it's not the distance, but I kept it simple like that just so that people understand. But the real thing is the velocity.
Ah, okay. So if there's a lot of changes in velocity, then it'll buff that specifically.
Yes, it gets buffed. Like
Okay.
so, I don't know if someone here does not know what velocity is, but if you don't, then go to school. It's a really simple physics.
And if
But
you don't
anyway,
know the kind of jumps we're referring to, go play like an attendant map or something.
yeah, attendant. Basically, anything that features velocity changes are buffed. And this is mainly why the your typical 1-2 map nerf, I mean 1-2 maps are nerfed because no,
Uh
that's not
oh.
fucking velocity change. It's not too common. That's not too common, sorry.
Yeah.
Not dedicated. I mean you can say it some of it is velocity change, but it's not much. It's actually not much. So it gets nerfed.
It's actually mostly similar spacing, but the
Yeah.
it's the angles that are fucked.
Yep.
At least from experience. Anyways.
Yeah, this is why, as I said, like a lot of your typical 1-2 maps, like from Soul Sharks and Nerf, because they have similar spacing. I mean, similar velocity
Yeah.
from each other. So yeah,
Okay, so uh should we move on to slider stuff? Because people are starting to mention that.
yes, slider. Now, basically, the I need to work on how the velocity is considered at the first place. So if you have like a jump from a circle to a circle, then your velocity will just it's simple, yeah. You just take distance in between, you divide it by the time difference, and you get the velocity. But if you have a slider, then it's different. And this is what actually makes sliders worth something now. It's that the velocity of the slider is also taken into account. But the way it's calculated is a bit complex. Like I wouldn't go into like how it's calculated, but I will just say it's a bit complex because how do you actually yeah, as I said, it it's the velocity, it's not the
It's the maps that got buffed the most from this change are ones that have a large gap between the slider end and the slider head.
it's not just that actually. If you basically it's basically between slider ticks. The ticks includes the head and the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So because why is this? Because you can basically cheese the slider body as long as you hit the ticks,
Yep.
and you'll get a 300. And that's why, as I said, the calculation is a bit the travel distance calculation of a slider is a bit complex.
Oh yeah, because it's directly between each point in the slider.
Yeah. You basically just pull you basically just pull a line to the next tick, right? And then you you get the distance, and then you subtract it by the radius of the slider ball.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and that's you do that for each tick, like from head to tick to repeat until the end, and you get the travel distance of the slider, and that's how.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, this is what makes sliders actually worth something because your 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 velocity will basically spike. It can spike. You may see like very extreme velocity difference, which is what makes sliders get buff. And this is actually a good thing, but for Droid, I specifically changed something. So if you don't know this, the slider buff for Droid is only applied if you have at least one slider tick. And this is why you will see some
Oh, is that the nerf you're talking about for buzz sliders?
yes.
Ah, okay.
Why is this like that? Because if not, then two-hand players can basically abuse it by holding their fingers between slider heads or the head and end. So
Okay, what the fuck? Understand the context. You don't tell me if it's complex. The jumps aren't that complex, dude. They're easy to two-hand patterns. There's like one or two awkward patterns, and everything else is just like
yeah.
normal fucking jumps.
As I said, there will be a discussion session, so you need to wait for that.
Yeah. Sorry, I just had to rant.
Yeah.
Anyways,
And
so
as I said, if you it the slider buff is only applied if you have one slide. I mean, if you have one slider tick, at least one slider tick, because if you use two hands, you can just simply hold your hands. I mean, you hold your fingers between the slider heads, and it will be counted. It will be buffed. So it's basically abuse. I mean,
yeah.
I won't count it as abuse, but we need something to like basically tone it off for now. And this is why I can give one example of a map where the DPP difference is really extreme. Hold on. This is the map that I was talking about in my summary. You can see that. Who the fuck? Why? Who the fuck deleted the embed? Bro, I want people to see the values.
Bruh.
Like, Lord. Yeah. Here's one example. Yeah. Kylie is only fucking 83 PP. This is because, as I said, it most of the sliders, yeah, they are really fast. They don't have a slider thing. So yeah, they're not buff. So this is you can consider this an edge case, but it's something that actually exists in the A4 ranked map, so I had to do something for it. And yeah, that's. But even if I left this unchanged, it will still give a relatively low value because, well, circle size is fucking big.
Yeah, it goes to aim.
Yeah,
It goes to aim, and aim is fucked, so it gets fucked.
yeah. Because the circle size is really big, the distance between ticks are decreased, severely decreased, and you will get basically zero velocity changes. So yeah, they're not buffed in the new system or the new aim rating, and that's the problems for aim that I so far know, and I and from what I see, this is what a lot of people don't know, mainly the XR's aim rework, especially the slider one. So no idea how slider cheating works. There's a special video. There's a video from Nate Lolly if you want to watch it. But yeah, okay, here just send it. Or I don't need to search it. Thank you. All right, now let's move to speed.
Yay, the meta!
Hey, arguably one of the most uh, controversial. All right, let's see. So first, uh, I will say this like uh, very basically if you don't know, the rhythm star rating is actually used in speed. It's not a separate thing. I just put it separate so that people know like how rhythmically difficult a map is. So they can tell like how difficult is this map hard in like tapping, or is it just the rhythm? So that's why I separated the rhythm part. Right. So the problem with rhythm is it's basically worth nothing unless you use PR. Yeah. Recall Sputnik, the map that we posted. Hold on. You can recall Sputnik. Uh, Okay, so you can see that this map it's arguably difficult. I mean, it is difficult. You can see that the rhythm star rating is 4.2. Yeah, OD4. No, it's not OD4. Like the way you convert OD is not just like -4 or something. No, it's not like that. Sorry, but you can see that it's basically nothing. Like really, you can see that the tap PP is just 117. This is
Yeah.
relatively low. Like if I give you your typical stream map, what is it?
Uh, let me find something. Let me just pull up Ponoyoshi Free to Fire in Flames.
Oh yeah, sure. That's common. That's common.
Yeah. Ah,
Alright.
fuck, I forgot the -D. Okay, sorry, one sec.
Look, it's fucking worth less than your typical stream map. The DPP. This is more than Sputnik. Can you believe it?
Oh my god. Wait, why are the rhythm? Why is the rhythm SR even higher on fucking Fruit of Fire and Flames?
No, that's how the rhythm starting works. I think. Sputnik is like how can I say it? The duration? Yeah, the duration. Because
Oh.
there's no decay in rhythm. So yeah, it's just basically a sum of everything. So like longer maps will receive more rhythm star rating. But anyway, yeah, this is the problem. Now if I put in PR on Sputnik,
Okay, the
now
tap.
you can see that the star rating is actually the star rating increase is actually a lot. Like you can see from 5.89 to 6.32.
Yep.
This is a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but the star rating doesn't tell everything. So
Yeah.
if you see the PP values, like
The
the
ACT
tap rating,
PP. The tap PP has gone up by about 50. ACT PP has gone up by about 100. But that's because you're SSing with
yeah, but this is
PR.
SS. Keep in mind that this is an SS score. If you
We'll
look
probably
at
get into ACT scaling later. And then
yeah accuracy, the problem will be discussed later.
then okay, someone did Free Fire and Flames with PR for reference.
Yes, right. So yeah, this is the problem. And if you see the leaderboard of Sputnik, you can see like there's basically no scores with good. I mean, I don't want to say good act, but let me just give the
Oh, you're already doing it.
look at the fucking. We basically have no SS,
99, 99, 95,
and
90.
look at the act. Look, this is fucking top one. This is fucking top 10, and we have a fucking score that's less than 95%, and it's so basically it's really hard to assess. And you can see there's no PR score, so that PR calculation I made is basically
This is
just something
fantasy.
imaginary. Yeah, you won't you won't realistically get an SS
Okay, what the
easily.
fuck does Vostok 6 do different that it gets buffed to 7.82 stars?
Oh, Vostok is I don't know. I don't really care about Vostok. It's an unranked map, so
Not ranked, don't care. Next.
yeah. I I don't I don't really need to like to pay much attention to unranked maps. Anyway, in so this is the rhythm problem for speed, like, and this is actually really hard to tackle due to how OD works in Droid. Like the range is big. Like if I convert the range to PC OD, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I can give the range. Hold on.
Okay.
I need to find my graph again. I have so many graphs. Where is it? Okay, here it is. And copy paste this.
Oh, actually, Vostok 6 got nerfed from 574 to like 470 from
Yeah.
other changes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you recall, box office like 700 or something.
Yeah.
If I remember,
Oh
it's
yeah. Back when
yeah,
the rhythm change was a bit more fucked.
yeah. When it was initially implemented, box office 700.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Oh, quick thing to mention, there were like some maps or like some rhythms that would that were like somehow like specific enough to trigger the rhythm changes with PR and completely buff the shit out of them. If anyone remembers Arla's Yomiuri, you'll know what I'm
yeah,
talking
that
about.
thing. Yeah, it has a repetitive rhythm changes between 1/4 and 3/8.
Yeah, it's free eighth,
Yeah,
which
3/8.
was really weird,
Really
and you
uncommon. Yeah, it's really weird. So now, so I have sent this here. Let me just reply to it again because it got down. So this is the range of Droid OD if you convert it to PC OD, and this is actually bigger than the PC range itself. And typically, if you play on PC, you don't need to really care that much about low OD because y- basically it's only the end and mid game meta that matters, which is and people in this range already play like OD 8 or 9 or something. But that's not the case for Droid. If you don't use PR, your OD will be capped at 5, which in that range is actually still quite. It's in the middle. It's so we just need. So I also need to consider like how non-PR plays will be affected if I basically alter the rhythm star rating. And this is why again you can see if you see in the note I said that applying PR literally changed the game because when I said the if you don't use PR the OD will be capped at 5, but if you use PR it will be capped at 9.17. This is a really big difference.
yeah.
Like if you use OD10, if you play in OD10 in Droid, without PR it's 5. It's OD5 if you convert it to PC, and if you use PR it's 9.17. It's way higher. And for those who were asking like why is PR is worth so much, it's because of this. The OD range, the OD change from if you use PR versus non-PR is really high. And anything beyond 9.17 is only viable if it's only possible to achieve if you use DT. So yeah. And DT already presents more problems like the delay input. I mean, we can't really account that. And then the AR bonus and such things, it's already like a whole kind of worm if I want to include DT. So and I can try buffing the typical OD range like maybe like in 5 or 4, 3. But the problem is that you will see the
But
PR
then
incident
it
again.
buffs PR as well.
Yeah, it will buff PR like a lot. And I'm not that familiar yet with the rhythm algorithm yet. So if I want to change something, I will need to like reread it, sort of. I mean, it might be easy. I can try. It is definitely achievable, but not now. So yeah, that's the problem with rhythm, and that's only the first part. The second part is high PPM streams. So I know in the last rebalance it was buff, but one might one might argue that the current speed meta is basically a double tap meta. Like You can, if you see the meeple, the
Oh yeah, the
top place,
speed
yeah,
plays.
yeah, the speed. If you see like the very high BPM stream, they're really like worth some. They actually worth something. It's
Mm-hmm.
not just double tap. What do you mean? Uh, um, I'm addressing this specifically for the end game meta. The mid game is a bit hard to adjust because aim plays are, it's hard to find like actual good aim maps in there, like unless you put DT, which is, well, you basically need, you almost need two hands to do it. So like, yeah, but aim was already a problem. I mean, it was already discussed, so I'm not gonna go back. In either way, uh, there's one way I can solve this, but I need to uh, explain something first. So if you do not know, there was change in PC that claimed to remove the hard cap. So basically, in the old system, the BPM, I mean
It was
the
capped to like
speed,
330, right?
yeah, 330, yeah.
And
So
then
if you, hmm?
plays above that BPM were extremely underweighted because the PP system couldn't account for that.
Yeah, so anything above 330 is treated as 330, and this is why, and the people in PC saw this, like the skill kept growing of players, like speed players like Eterna, Harrison, like they can stream really well in very high BPM. So they they adjusted this, and I brought it to Droid, right? And the way they do this, they basically check if the OD is like the 300 hit window is less than, uh, in the, I don't know if it's less than more, but if it's, but either way, at specific OD, your the speed cap will be increased or decreased. So let's just say you stream 300, right? At like OD10 droid. Uh, if you do that, it will not your stream will not it won't be assumed to be 300 BPM, but it will be assumed as if you stream like 280. And this is how they basically quote unquote remove the speed cap. So they didn't fully remove it, they just put like a sanity check sort of, so that people don't abuse the double tap meta. But
Oh.
again, as I said, this involves OD, and I already said in the previous, like in the rhythm problem thing, that OD is really hard. Like basically anything related to OD is really hard to tackle. And this
Yeah.
is and this OD based, the speed scaling, it's something I've been constantly changing, and this is why you see like speed plays being changed a lot, because I kept on trying to find basically a fine place to like where I think, okay, this is enough, I should stop. But I think it's but I think I'm getting there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
The
Mm.
mid game meta is seems fine to me, but I don't know what to call the meta below the highest level, but above the middle level, like
Like
near the
mid to high,
top.
I guess.
Yeah, around that area, that's where speed maps have like the highest worth per se.
Yes. Now, hold on. I need some water.
Okay. And if in case you're wondering what mid game mid-high speed meta I'm talking about. Like it's like old 220 to 250 BPM stream maps from like 2012 to 2015 or something like that. The kind of stuff that gets that you can't download on Osu anymore because it got copyrighted by Bimani or Konami or some shit like that. Yeah, those are the kind of maps that are in the mid to high level speed meta. That you can get a lot of like 300 to 400 DPP plays in that area, and they're usually like 400 to 500 on PC. But since speed PP matters so much in the DPP like calculation or whatever, that means that most of the PP transfers through. Most it's just the bulk of it in speed. So that's why those maps are essentially meta defining, in my opinion.
Okay, hello.
I I
Yeah,
just elaborated a bit on the meta maps.
yeah, that's fine. Uh, yeah. So like as I said, I will in the next three balance I will adjust it again the speed scaling, and the most predictable outcome is that all scores will be nerfed. Like no shit. But mainly stream scores they will be nerfed. Of course, like everything will get nerfed, but stream plays will get a lot. Will get more nerfed compared to like aim maps. Unless you put PR in, then it may not change.
Yeah,
But
due to OD and other
yeah, because
factors that have been mentioned.
yeah, I said it's OD based. So like if you put PR, you're basically like set.
Yeah, but as that's been mentioned before, there is a
Yeah.
final multiplier at the end of everything that can be changed at will.
Yeah. So in order to account for it, I will change it. So basically, it's to keep things around what it used to be. So current basically current uh values.
So
Then
in the end, will that result in like a PR buff then?
yes,
Ah, okay.
stream PR buff mainly.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. And then now we gotta discuss the free finger penalty stuff.
Yeah. Now I have not touched the tree thing for like a long time. I only think I
Since you
only
were dealing with the exceptions for like Oculus and AP, right?
yeah. It's only after uh, that was the second last time. The very last time I did it was when rhythm was accounted to
Oh,
the
okay.
speed. I think yeah. So the three finger penalty, like the three finger detection, does not account for rhythm changes. So it's only for that stream basically, like streams above a certain strain. That's the only thing that will be that is accounted in
Oh,
the
is that why like some free fingering on bursts won't get nerfed?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, rhythm is not accounted because I have feeling that if I do it, it might be how do I call it? It will be quite uh, hard for me to adjust again because I don't. I'll be honest. I don't like how the three finger penalty is like applied right now. Like it's basically a flat multiplier to the tap EP, but that was how I got to work around it. Like in the initial nerf.
Oh,
Yeah. Now I know my. Yeah, I need to clarify that pretty quickly. But the main issue that this present is that the penalty might become is too lenient. Like few.
Yeah, I've seen multiple cases of where some free finger plays haven't been penalized, and multiple people have experienced it. So
Yeah, if I do include rhythm, it will be like basically the detection will get more. It will be more sensitive. I mean, it can be a solution, but it's not something that I am pursuing right now, nor do I have an interest to do so because maybe it's just me, but I rarely see plays that actually need to get analyzed. Like it's really a rare case where an actual place where
well,
what
honestly, since the free finger nerve has been implemented, it's become a lot less common.
yeah, like people are starting to learn to finger and yeah, I'm well I can say I'm happy like you actually learn how to play the game and so because of this like there's no like what again there's no much penalized maps anymore or scores. I think it's fine to like increase the penalty, uh, but I'm not sure like what's it called, how to do it. Yeah,
Ah,
like do I need to? So basically, the three finger penalty like it consists of three main parts. The first part is the strain, like how hard is the was the stream that was three fingered, like for example, if it's the stream, then it will be a very high PPM. The stream it will be penalized more, and that just makes sense, right? Because if you do it properly, you should be rewarded more. And the second part is how much you three fingered the stream, and the third part is how much how much objects you 3F compared to like the rest of the stream. And this is the part that I'm exactly not sure like how effective it is, but I just decided to keep it. And it's you get three of those values, you multiply together with again a final multiplier applied to it, and yeah, you get something. You get the penalty, and that's it. So I don't like this approach, but I don't. It's something that I have to deal with. Like I need to relieve it right now because there are more cases like the two-hand detection and such that is more serious.
ah.
Mm, but what I can try is getting to well, if you three up homes, the whole thing gets penalized here. Yeah, the whole team gets penalized because, uh, as I said, that. But I do try to like count how many what's it called how many objects you three fingered compared to in respect to the rest of the stream. So yeah, it's not like the whole stream is penalized. It's just the whole stream is considered into the calculation of the penalty.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, the one try I can so again the one thing I can try to maybe make the detection more sensitive and to also increase the penalty is to include rhythm into the finger detection. So yeah, I just had to quickly mention it the three finger problem because I think it's also a problem to the speed or tab PP because it's not apparent, but there are like plays where it does get penalized, but it's not much compared to if you don't 3F it, if you don't three finger it. So yeah, okay. Now and that's the problem that I know about speed so far. So 3 points: rhythm, high BPM streams, and three finger nerve. All right, now I can get to the third part of PP, the accuracy. And there's actually a fourth part, but it's, well, Firefly is not ranked, so let's ignore it. And anyway, now you represent a lot of slippery slope. Oh, you do. I think he doesn't know that. People in PC are trying to incorporate UR in, but whatever. UR is going to very soon. It will in like in an indirect way, but it's not. We basically had to estimate it from your accuracy. So yeah, okay. Continuing to the accuracy problem now. I do write to few points for the accuracy PP problem, and that is if you do basically if you play a map with high OD and you lose accuracy, you will get punished more. And it is actually counterintuitive because logically, like higher OD means it's harder to act the map, right? So if you lose accuracy, you should be punished less, like
Yeah.
compared to compared to your typical like low OD stuff. But this is not the case for Act PP. It's just one of the major problem. Like if you can try to calculate some maps, like for example, if you want to calculate a map with SS, it's worth this much, and then you lower the accuracy to like 99, and you can see how much the ACPP decreased.
Yeah,
And do this for both no mod and PR.
it's rough. Like a 5% decrease in AC can get like a third of the DPP down.
Is that for no mod or PR?
I can't remember. Let me test it.
I think PR is like
PR might be even more rough.
yeah, PR is a lot rough. I think I do recall that PR
Okay, just then the sidetrack day 461 for SS. PR 95%. 298. That's exactly a third.
yeah, and then try to calculate without PR.
Okay. And then without PR, you know what it says?
There's
It's
no
280. Huh. And then 95% on this and 190.
wow,
So
it's
another
only
third.
it's only 90. Yeah, it's only 90 pp decrease, right
90 out of 280, which is basically a third.
yeah,
Damn.
but okay, yeah, you can argue that the act gap is a bit high. So
Yeah.
okay, let me give an example for 99. Okay, so from 280 to 259, this is without PR, right? But if you include PR, keep in mind that the original PR value with an SS is 461. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
421.
Jesus.
This so
Okay. That seems fair.
yeah, you can say that this is fair, but this is only because it's you can say it's a tree map, sort of like there are so many circles, so the length buff actually comes in clutch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Didn't realize that would be a factor.
Now let me give another example. Hold on. Mm, yeah, but you can sort of see the problem is that accuracy loss in high OD it gets punished more. If you want to calculate with SC, you can do it in what round, please. Hold on.
RSC 99%, 460. Almost PCPP. So good. This is just. So, according to the bulletin list, the Fiscal Act PP is pending, so that will eventually happen. And
Yeah,
then, so hypothetically, if that happens, then the problem will be fixed.
it should have. Yeah,
Okay. Well, hopefully it does that. Pray to God it does that. Okay, and now, precisely as people are starting to complain about it, let's talk about Hard Rock.
no, I haven't touched hard rock later. I
Oh
think it's
shit.
after this. Yeah,
Oh yeah, rhythm inclusion. Gotta cover that first. Sorry.
yeah. So that's the problem is that the higher the OD gets, the harsher the punishment gets. So yeah, and uh, the tap PP also used to do this, but they fixed it, so it's not a problem anymore. But still, for ACK, it's a bit more complex. And so, yeah. And the second part is rhythm. Now, as a note, rhythm is already included, but it's not to a degree that it's basically a game changer or like something that impacts the final value a lot. And I can see it being a way to solve the problem in speed or tap like more properly compared to like basically directly modifying the rhythm calculation itself. But I can just apply a value that's derived from the rhythm star rating to ACPP and it should be good to go. So yeah. So the problem so again the main problem is it's already included, but I still think it's very minimal. So it needs some change. Okay, not this again.
Just proven HR is worth more. Sleep.
Yeah, fine. Yeah. Now that's the two problems for accuracy. Basically the punishment for high OD and the rhythm inclusion. Now the last part, the problem is I actually did not want to include it, but it's a problem that I think can be included, but not can't be applied in either aim, speed, or accuracy. And it's the mod that you were talking about, Hard Rock.
Yay.
You can argue that Hard Rock is basically no mod, like the value. It's just a little different. And I can actually justify why it's like this. So there are three key reasons. The first one is that, of course, the circle size. Like if you add +1 to like the zero CS zero or CS -1, it's still gonna be big.
Yeah, CS -1 plus 1 is CS 0.
Yeah, and keep in mind that Droid CS and PC Droid CS conversion to PC is not as simple as like -5 or -4 or something. It's actually a lot more complex. I had to note that. If you compare it to PCR, there was a joke. Yeah. uh, and I said that I will try to buff Pike CS, but I don't think it will help much because it's the same. It's kind of the same situation as PR. Like if I buff the normal OD range, then PR will get overrated, and then at the same like in the same logic, if I buff Pike CS, then it may be a problem later when small circle gets ranked. But because I don't know, like I don't know who the skill, like how well people can play small circle now. It's kind of the same situation as PR. Like before it's ranked, basically no one plays it, like because they not it's unranked. But when it's ranked, you can see that people actually are capable of like doing or using PR properly. Some players. And yeah, I don't want to like kind of recreate that situation. It's something like it's not happening right now, but it's a preliminary warning. Oh yeah, that's the first reason. The second reason is the OG. Like if if you say uh yeah, it does multiply OD in the same way as PC, like the original times 1.4. Yeah, and despite that, as I said earlier, the OD in Droid, if you don't use DT, it's capped at 5 if you convert it to PC, which is still low. Eh, and you need to keep in mind that PR exists, and this is again a problem when I try to like buff HR in by increasing like OD bonus or something, then we will get fucking 1,000 PR play soon at the end. I don't know. and matter of five hard rocks and hard rock does not actually it doesn't affect stream maps a lot actually. It doesn't like it really affects nothing. HR affects nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't
And
affect anything significantly.
yeah, and then the third and final reason is the AR. Okay, now I have not mentioned AR in the whole discussion, and there's a reason why. Because it suffers basically the same problem as AdPP, and it's way worse because it's literally just a flat multiplier like that scales from the AR. Basically, one plus some. Basically, you take the AR of the map and then you sprinkle in some values that can alter it. Go for a bit. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. You sprinkle in some values and then you get the bonus. How about speed up? Speed up. It's literally half the. I'm not gonna touch on about uh, speed changing mods. I think that's already properly governed, and it basically affects everything from aim speed and act. It affects everything, so it will be a bit hard to discuss. Anyway, as I said, AR the way it's applied, it's only just a flat multiplier. It's not something special because there's no like proper what do you call it, like a calculation thing that calculates for visual difficulty. So like just like a really big, I mean, one of the main problems in the current system. Like there's no visual skill, so and this is one of the reason why easy is underrated. Let's say, yeah, because it doesn't consider node density. And if you don't know node density, it's basically like how much nodes are present at one time in your screen. So the system does not account for this. It only accounts the AR, which is why easy is underrated a lot. And yeah, so AR is a bit hard to justify. And I know that some people can't read like AR 10 or anything that's higher than maybe like AR 9 something. It's like the difficulty increasing rate is higher to go higher in the AR. So yeah, really hard to actually find a proper way to make HR or something because well you can argue it's basically no mod. You just flip the circle, you put AR 10 and OD 10 and maybe HP 10. Yeah. And I think the basically the major selling point of HR in PC is the OD increase, which is and this is why it's worth basically nothing for Droid because the baseline of OD is already really low. So yeah, it does not like give anything too special in Droid. Okay, now that's a long talk for the problem. I think we're done with it. Now let's get to the third main uh like point is the future directions, like the stuff that I am looking forward to in the future. Now, one the first is that I need to make a disclaimer that the work that I do right now is mainly focused on dealing issues with the current system, like two hands and such. And with that disclaimer out of the way, I can start saying like what do I want to see in the future of the system. The first one is a visual skill like that I mentioned, so that I can actually quantify like how much AR in each R. I mean, AR is actually affects the difficulty of the map. Like, it definitely is, but the system just says no, and so yeah, I don't exactly know how this will work yet, but I do know the PC people have started working on it. I know there's a work in progress project from the PC people for their visual skill, and I'm not sure how like good it is at the current state. So I kind of need to try first, and with that in mind, it may be best to save it for later. That's the first thing that I want to see. The second thing is drag. Where are the drag players? Boys, where are the drag players? At one point, I do want to like try to make a drag detection and maybe uh do actually account aim more if people drag the section. You know, like since we have all this like replay that's fancy and such, like unlike the PC counterpart, we can do some fancy stuff and buff for certain bitmap sections that were dragged. So instead of like applying like maybe a flat number to the final value or assuming that the full map is was dragged or not, we can cut down the bitmap into sections. And yeah, that's what about hybrid. That's what I discussed. Like you can what's it called? I can cut the bitmap into sections where I think people will most likely drag on. and then see if they drag that part, and if they do, then we can award more for that section. Yeah. So it's a lot more. We have more control over it. And I do need to say that the three finger detection already includes a drag detection. So I can actually I literally can extract that logic out from the three finger detection and make the drag detection happen now, like right now. But as I said earlier, the work for now is to mainly deal with the issues in the current system before adding new stuff. Oh yeah. And one thing to know that is important is that relying on replace too much is not really good because, as I said earlier, the there are problems of inaccuracies with replay, like the very common replay bug. Yeah, that also affects the detection later. So, and the third point, the combo scaling reward. Now I think this is a change that I it's either people don't know or they're waiting for it and actually don't know what if it will be ported to Droid or not. Yeah. So before I begin, so PP has this a combo scaling calculation where if you where like if you oh no what was I trying to say, like, it basically gets your max combo in a map and you divide it by the max combo and power you power it by 0.8, and that's the combo scaling. And this works for the current system, but in the real scenario, the combo doesn't actually tell how well a player performs in a map, right? So like you can basically slider break in a map and then FC the rest, right? Or if you miss on one section, and you will be punished as if you basically didn't accumulate combo for the whole map, and this is actually a big problem. Hence why this rework was made. But there's a big problem. The PC people made this rework with the scoring system change in mind. So if you don't know, this year Laser will be able to submit scores to will be able to get PP, but they will need to change the way scoring works first, and the rework is made with that in mind. And this is where the issue comes for Droid, because if we if I try to make combo scaling disappear, it first it will not correlate with the current scoring system that Droid has, which is basically score V1. And second, people will get score V1 so hard it's gonna be funny. Like not even kidding. Like imagine if you get 1,000 combo in a map with no slider breaks, right? Then it's gonna be worth more than a score that you for example get 1,500 combo on, but you miss like 5 times. Yeah. But on the scoring system, the 1,500 combo one is better. And this is why it's a problem, because you will get score V1 like really hard. I know you can choose to not submit it like you're playing, but when recall happens, it's not going to be an option. So And I can sort of say that this recall, uh, this combo scanner rework is it's a good change, but it's a problem because porting system Android does not support it. Basically, it does not support it. Yeah. And I know there's a solution for that. Like, for example, we can allow people to submit plays via replays, but there's a big room of abuse in there. So I'm not a big fan of it. Yeah. And it's the current stage of the combo spelling rework. Yeah. So to summarize it, like the rework, it's not going to be ported until I find a better until I find a solution to work around the core V1 problem, which is most likely not gonna happen. Oh yeah. It's the third thing that I want to see later, but maybe I'll have to hold it for now. The fourth one is I want to like make a separate two-hand detection for slider cheesing because I did mention earlier that one of the main problems why aim is underrated is because uh, I had to like check if there is a at least one slider tick so that people with playing in two hands will not abuse it, like hold head, the slider head and the end. So like if I do what is this for? Why don't we use score? No, that's okay. Here's the thing: if you want to change score, then you're gonna need to what's it called? To uh see the thing is the current score V2 will not solve it. People will still get score V1. So uh and either way, the if you want to change scoring in the game, you will need to you no, it's not gonna require PayP. I mean, yeah, it will, but it's not that. No, you don't need that much data. But anyway, it's not a topic. If you want to change proposed change to the scoring system, you will need to convince Edros. So yeah, good luck because it's not gonna be easy. Anyway, as I said earlier, I want to see if I can make a separate two-hand detection for slider chasing so that people with people playing with one hand can benefit from the slider rework, which is a huge part. It's the huge part of the aim rework. So I might prioritize this one because it does look easier. Like I already have some thoughts on how I will do it, but I will see later when I actually try. And of course, I'm gonna up you if you play a map with uh difficulty spike but for speed. And I know this is controversial because I said earlier that aim is basically dead, but there's uh I need like I need like a way to account the speed the difficulty spike in the game because the way I do the calculation for star rating is a bit different from PC. So yeah. But on the other hand, I can try to use what's it called? I can try to use a similar way as PC to punish for extreme difficulty spikes. So yeah, I guess I'll try to work on it. And yeah, that's all the future directions that I'm looking forward to. And now we're gonna enter the discussion part, the last part of the day. So if someone wants to bring a problem, hit me up. I mean, just say it in the chat. Like it's basically a Q&A session now, or Mm. No, we're talking about the DPP system. Please ask like anything about the system. It's not. It's just not like your normal Q&A. This is Q&A about the system. Because I know some of you have noticed problems that I did not mention earlier. Is HR pure more than HCPR? Depends on the map. Okay, so here's the thing. As I said earlier, the major selling point of HR is the OD. So if you use HRPR on a map that already has OD10, it will worth less compared if you use HDPR. So but if you use HDPR on a map that's not OD10 or doesn't have like OD, like maybe OD9 or 8, then HRPR will worth more compared to hidden precise. How much is the forgiving? You can calculate by yourself. Just calculate by yourself, but not here. Use spot ground. Thanks. Small circle. Yeah, I did. Small circle. The small circle. I know it's underrated. So as I said, I will try to. I have been trying to like buff high CS, but because the small circle is unranked, I don't want to undergo the same situation as PR where it's really overweighted from the start. Like in my mind, it's better to have plays that are underrated compared to overweighted. So I don't understand about the correct part. What part specifically? Mm, It is me on the stream mod we overweighted on speed maps. What are you talking about? And three mod varies so much. Like you can put HDH, like you can put hidden hard rock size or maybe even hidden double temper size. Don't know. So just uh, like specify the mod combination. Don't just say like 3 mod or 2 mod. Just write under HR. Calculate by yourself. ADHRDT. Okay. Uh, why do you feel it's overweighted? Like, uh, HR buff, like AR. No, high AR. The AR buff does not exist for HDHRDT. So I used to be quite low when compared to it. So what's not just that it's a bit too hard. I can't say much for it. I will say that it's because of all the recent, like, I know you're a high BPM stream player, right? So you've been getting a lot of basically buffs from the recent rebalances. Rebalance, yeah. So I can see why, like, I can see why you say it's overweighted. And as I said, I will the high PPM streamer force plan, and uh, is flashlight PP ready yet? Yeah, I would. I mean, it exists, but the mod is unranked, so you can blame the unranked part, not the calculation. How do we plan to gauge the area of visibility? Uh, it's not well. I mean, it has been gauged. Like, I think for now, I don't want to really touch flashlight PP because it's unranked, and I don't think it's worth the effort. Almost time to farm flashlight on short. No, uh, the flashlight you used to know it's not the flashlight it is currently, dude. Like, it's different. Like, there's actually flashlight. There's actually a star rating for flashlight. So yeah. Mm, topic. No, I'm not gonna answer out of topics though. I'm sorry, but can you explain this again? Okay, sure. So drag detection, I do have a plan on, like, making a drag buff, like basically accounting for drag in some maps. And the three finger detection, yeah, the three finger detection already has the drag detection that I need, so I just need to, like, extract it out and put it in a separate file or something, and then I can use it on the, like, apply to the difficulty system. Yeah, and because we have all these fancy things like play data and such, we can manage it to be like, we can allow more fine control. Like, I can split the map into multiple parts, and then for each parts it will I can see, like, if the player drags on this, then I can buff this section for them. Yeah, so it will be it is possible. Maybe just me, but right now, like, AR H1 needs a slight buff on low BPM flow aim. Flow aim is, oh yeah, I didn't touch on this. So flow aim. The problem with flow aim is that it's it's still kind of underrated, and I mean, it's not underrated, but it was nerfed in this XR rework, unless there's, like, a constant speeding up and speeding down flow. So yeah, I would say if that falls under the same category as to why aim is underrated in general. It's just the current aim system prefers extreme velocity changes compared to constant distancing. Yeah, that's why I said like if if there's a part where the flow changes, like the speed, I mean the velocity, yeah, then it will be buff. But other than that, no. Mm, slider drag. Hey, who does who actually taps sliders, man? Like, do you not follow the slider board or something, bro? Tech drag. Oh yeah. Random matters. What specify the pattern? It's not just random. What is random? What is random? 2007. Uh, 2007 mapping is. I can't. I can't like say for one if Type C is not 2007. Uh, 2007 maps. I don't think. I don't think
Random
so.
patterns could potentially get buffed if they have the anything that was mentioned game buff before, like changes in velocity or wide
Yeah.
angles or stuff like that. But if it doesn't, then it won't. Simple as.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Also,
and
hi,
actually,
I'm back.
yeah. Hi. And I actually did not mention this, but in Sexor's rework, acute angles were buffed. So two-hand players do get an advantage for this because they would prefer acute angles over wide angles.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the answer to your question is depends on the map. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just see if the basically the point is that one, if it has velocity changes, it gets buffed. Two, if the map features like a lot of angle changes, especially acute ones, then yeah, they're most likely buff. Okay, so what else?
So you've already gone through everything?
What?
Have you gone through everything then?
Yeah, I did.
Ah, okay, cool.
I was kind of watching the chat in stock chat.
Uh,
Yeah, it's okay. I will get to it later. I remember the 6.8 to 10. What's that? Zero point 0.4 star buff. Yeah, but what map?
I think they mean Jonzan's diff on Kami no Kotoba.
Ah, Johan Kaminokoto. To changes for the yeah. uh, Is there going to wait? Hold on, I need to answer Cassie's question. I don't know what you mean by 6.810 and the 0.4 buff one. Oh, did this actually get buffed to 10 star
Yeah,
from 6.8?
it's from the slider changes because it has extreme uh back and forth sliders.
Ah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, like slider heavy shits just got bombed, just like skyrocketed basically. Oh yeah, I can see from the DPP difference. Yeah, if it's this extreme, you can basically safe to assume it's either a high CS or slider. Camellia, no, no, no. The, you really need like a fast slider to be able to get this huge buff. Like do you see Kaede? It got buffed by like 2 stars, and this got buffed by 4, so it's definitely either faster or it's longer, or it just has a lot of repeats. Lost umbrella. Okay, and is there going to be any changes to star rating considering? What changes are you considering? Like the combo scaling, I have touched on that. Mm, Bubble slider. Yeah, I've already explained it. Like it's in, but to like avoid abuse from 12 players, I made it so that you need at least one slider tick in the slider to for the buff to be accounted. And it's actually bugged right now, because I said you only need one slider tick, but in the current system you need two, so it's basically bugged. That will be fixed later. Kanido, I'm fairly certain Kanido luck got nerfed.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, it's really obvious. Maps like
yeah,
this.
it's literally the main example of a map that get nerfed. In-game are outdated.
Yeah, the star rating in Droid is outdated. So don't rely on the in-game star rating if you want to see the actual value. You need to look on the web
Yeah. Or
or
for
late.
some certain maps, like graveyard maps after from 2019 to like November 2021, you can just paste the link in background or DPP project and get it.
Yeah. Or if you have laser, you can also use it. But bro, who uses laser in mobile?
Yeah.
Okay. Blind Slider Water. It's not hard. I mean, okay, so here's the
Did we
thing.
already talk about this?
Yeah, we've talked about it. It's like the calculation method is that you assume that the object is the circle first. So you you get the velocity of if one of the both objects are circles. But if the first object is a slider, then you extend the distance. So yeah, it's really that simple. Like in reality, the system is simple, but you need you need math. Can't you update the star rating for Droid? I can, but I no I oh you mean in game? I don't know how like how it's not me that updated the star rating
I
to the
think the
newest.
last
It was
change
how
was Howl and some slider stuff, I think.
no how was
Oh, did
what
he port the last big SR change?
no he ported the July one like
Oh, yeah, okay.
yeah and that's it. The Sexar rework was from December or November. So the in-game star rating is really outdated now. And because it's a rework, I basically need to like change the whole aim thing. I don't know and I don't know how I did it, so I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I don't know how the flow works, like how difficulty is actually calculated.
Well, it's been 2 hours and
Hours.
15 minutes.
Yeah. I mean I didn't expect it to be this long because
Me neither. I thought it was gonna end at like 9.
no, I mean no, I did expect it to be this long.
Uh,
Yeah, I expect it to be this long because I do have a lot of stuff to talk about.
mhm.
Preview where you just your client is bugged.
Okay,
Is
I guess
there
that's. I think that's everything.
yeah, is there anything else? I think in the beginning there are some things that people mention,
Uh,
but I wanted to scroll so far. Hold on. Let me just go to the pin. There's a very overrated star. I forgot the name. I guess I can just reply.
oh.
Likely Shidamari. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Shidamari. The fucking ah,
The what?
Hidamari like maps.
Oh, Hidamari. Okay. Yeah, that's this spike issue.
If like issue. Yeah, people are posting so many.
You're just mentioning Hidamari.
All right. So about this, I would say that this is the result from like removing the speed cap basically, and the PC people actually did notice this. And they have a pending change for it, and it's already approved by the PP committee, but it's not in the game yet. But because it's approved, I can confidently use it in DPP, and I did. But I still think it's how's it how's it called? It's I mean it's not supposed to nerf high act though. It's supposed to nerf uh low act placement. You can try to calculate Hidamari in the same way as I mentioned earlier. Like you start with SS HDDT and then you decrease the act,
Hmm.
and you'll see how much DPP
Yeah, act
like you have
scaling it
decreased.
on it is really rough.
Yeah, 8 no. Do you know what problem Hidamari suffers? Hidamari Hidamari basically has this one very dreamy section that basically overweights the map. That's the problem with Hidamari. Ascension to Heaven DT is not a thing. It's not included in that. Yeah, it's a really different story. It's a completely different story.
Also, Jump Hidamari, that's just TV-sized DT farm. When you reach the hit funny 1-2.
Alright, let's just demonstrate. And I did say Hidamari, but this also applies to Hidamari-like maps. But I'm just gonna say it's Hidamari because people know it compared to like other uncommon maps like high powered or what's it called again? Not for sale fossil, yeah. Alright, let's demonstrate. So Hidamari has been accounted, as I said like earlier, but I think the high BPM buff got a bit over the top, and it's why it's uh, a bit what's called a bit overrated now. But still, okay. Let me grab Hidamari real quick. Wait, do you want the satellite version or
Uh, whichever one's the most. Either any of the farm ones, like the Seto
yeah,
Kosuke or Keitaro
Itaro? Yeah,
or Selena.
hold on. I don't know which one people knows more, but I guess they're kind of equal.
Yeah, they're all pretty known.
Can I just use Seto Kosuke, I guess?
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay, so look at this. If you if you do SS this, oh my god, so much PP, yay, I'm gonna
Oh,
farm it.
779 SS. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Then you lose 1% of ACK, and then holy
Minus
shit.
140.
Did you see? This is what the nerf is trying to do. So we gave an example earlier, right? That if it's a normal stream map, then it will decrease like only 20 or 30 or something. But
Yeah, about that.
this yeah this decrease is a lot.
It is
And then
significant.
and then if you lose 1 more %,
505. So that's a third with 2%.
yeah, you lose only 2%, and I don't know how hard it is to get it in this map. I will say it's still really hard,
Yeah.
but another 1%, sure. Good lord, oh my god.
401. Damn.
This is a joke. Yeah, you can say it that way, but this is how I try to work around uh, maps that have difficulty spikes for speed. So like if you SS, you get the whole thing, but if you lose that, then well, rip. This is a nightmare. Yeah, this is why I also mentioned like there's a problem with difficulty spikes for aim because this is you can count this as a like prevention for people who double tap, but double tapping does not exist in aim, so it's not in aim. And this will be nerfed so in like the next rebalance because I did say I will nerf 5 BPM
Yeah.
streams. Yeah, so it
Okay.
will decrease.
I
So yeah, if
can't think
it
of anything we haven't covered at this point.
doesn't nerfing high damage auto nerf, mm, not necessarily. It depends on the OD. It's related to the OD based speed scaling.
Later.
Buff Sputnik. I already said that I will increase the rhythm fusion in ACTP. Just wait.
Yeah. All free rhythm gamers rise up.
I already said this. I already said that high BPM streams will be nerfed, and the most predictable outcome is that all scores will be nerfed, but mainly stream plays unless you use PR because it's OD based. I already said it. Yeah, I've said it when I talked about the problems for speed PP. Just making sure you don't forget. I'm literally reading the list on my to-do list right now. I wrote this thing in my to-do list. All right. Was there anything else? Not buff Sputnik, buff rhythm.
Rhythm was fixed. God. Let's just individually buff maps.
Oh god, that's literally Akatsuki.
Wait, really?
Yeah. If you don't know Akatsuki PP, they have specific nerfs for some beat maps. Like I think I do remember one map. It's I, what?
Oh.
Hold on. I do remember. I need to look at the top place on PP
I,
first.
actually, I
Chronoxia,
think.
yeah, Chronoxia,
Oh. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So Chronoxia in Akatsuki PP, you get 35% less PP. It's literally a flat multiplier.
Ooh.
And there are some maps there are also buffed.
Honestly,
Like
actually, the meta right now is actually my maps.
nerf every Sotar's map, bro. Bro, Sexar's aim literally destroyed most Sotar's farm maps. What are you talking about?
Yeah, which Sotark's maps got buffed? Let us know in the comments.
I think only speed maps. Like
Does
he's
Sotarks have speed maps?
mainstream maps like Raise My Sword and Bright Thunder. Do they get buffed?
Oh, I I don't think they did. Or they
Oh
they
really?
they
Okay.
changed very little.
They need to be nerfed. No, like as much as I want to nerf short maps, they still demand skill to an extent. So it still should be worth something. But yeah, as it stands, short maps are still overweighted, and it's something that apparently 70 top players, I mean 70 top 100 players in PC agree, which is funny. Clarify short maps. Short maps, basically any anime opening, any map that
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say
Um,
short maps, but
I
any
think
maps with difficulty 5.
the specific short maps that were getting nerfed a lot before were like under 60 seconds. But it also
Yeah.
kind of applies to maps around 90 seconds and under.
Yes. Why are you giving this map away? What do you mean grain of salt? This map just features a lot of rhythm changes, right?
I think, yeah, there are a lot of rhythm changes, but the main. You remember how like rhythm is grouped into like islands or whatever?
Yes. Yes.
This map has a lot of doubles, and that's
Yeah,
like
but
the main.
if they're repetitive, then it's not then it's
Yeah,
not worth as much. You just jump. No, this is like a lot of rhythm changes. Like I think if I recall correctly, like Devious Panda had to literally map this manually.
it's changes between 1/3, 1/4, and like 1/10 rhythm.
Yeah, 1/10. 1/10 is does not exist in.
Yeah, so it has to be double 1/5.
Yeah. And you can, yeah, you may, it's just 661 for PR, but I think it's still underrated. Like if you know how hard it is, it's underrated.
Yeah.
You can see like even players in PC can't get consistent good act. Color code, yeah. Look, there's even fucking C ranks on the leaderboard. And the only score that is above 95% is Ekoro's score. I mean, there's a halftime score, but that doesn't count.
Nelly Pierre 91 173. Okay, that honestly that's fair. That's fine. Sure.
Yeah, this is fine. I mean, fair, not fine. This map again.
Yay. Vos cock.
What only 10 PR. Yeah. This
OD10 PR with like I think the rhythm fuckery on this one is like 1/6.
yeah. It's a bit similar to Sputnik, but this is the map that got buffed a lot when I initially made Rhythm Star rating,
Mm-hmm.
but it's unranked, so I did not care. And then Yomiuri just came in
Yeah.
randomly,
And there are also
and it
maps
made
like that pastel palettes one.
yeah, that
Happy
one.
synthesizer.
Yeah, I know that. It. No.
No.
Any buff on Space Stream Secure? Okay.
Spacing has nothing to do with OD.
Here's the thing. Space. The word you say space. It's related to aim. It's not tap. It's Pikes, yes. Yeah, and yeah, aim is not OD. I don't know why you mentioned PR specifically.
Oh wait, also, I guess.
What causes a map that's kind of not
It's
related?
yeah, it's not related, but I just want to answer it.
Circles more than sliders. It depends. Combo can give more score. I mean, more combo, but unless there are more objects, it does not work as much. Yeah, if you know how score works,
1 million is very little.
pikes, yes, precision, yes, aim precision, not tapping precision. Uh, then if you mention CS, then I've already covered that too.
Okay, so that's everything then.
Yeah, I guess there's nothing by like 5 minutes, then we can end
Yeah,
because it's almost 3 hours.
yeah, and I need to go to bed.
Yeah, same. I did mention at the start that I am tired, so
Okay.
this GT farming a one-sider. No, what? Okay, I've seen a lot of plays like in the in the thing. I have a tool from Edros to see like the score of users, and I see a lot of people, a lot of scores with high combo but very little score, and the maps, well, they're just sliders for the most part, like
Ah,
just one slider, like one bus slider. Yeah,
okay.
people thought they would give a lot of scores, but no.
So you can actually see a list of every single score that's been set in the game, or just like under specific parameters.
Every score, yeah, I can see.
Oh, huh, okay. Okay, now we're just talking about score farming, which,
Mm,
as you may know, is not PP.
yeah, I mean BP has to be related with combo, but yeah, not the topic here.
No, there isn't, because we talked about everything. Can we please end it?
What about length? Mm,
Oh, yeah, length regarding maps. What's the current, like, length buff situation?
is it current situation?
Yeah, like, how are long maps treated, I guess?
There's no length buff.
No, I mean, like you said before, like, maps with tons of circles are fine or whatever. Some shit like that.
Oh yeah, it's related to ACK.
Ah, okay.
Length maps. What do you mean length? Long maps?
Yeah, just long ass maps.
Long maps are fine. That's because I changed the way star rating is calculated, and that actually makes aim like with like difficulty spikes in aim a bit overweighted.
Oh.
Yeah, buff speed even more when. Yeah, I did say I will buff PR, stream PR, so there's that, I guess.
Get good at DTPR now. Mech's already on it.
Oh yeah, I wanted to touch about short maps being PR like Padoru or something.
Oh yeah.
I do not know how, but the effect of PR in that map is just so, I don't know, big compared to other maps. Like
Oh.
I don't exactly know the case. Hold on.
I think there are like a specific couple of short maps with like triples and OD around like 8.5 or 9 that
Yeah, yeah,
if you play those with PR, then it's like an easy 150 to 200 DPP. But that at least requires like a bit of precision, but the fact that it's only for a short period of time is what makes it easy.
yeah. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, I actually managed to get a good example of how short jump, like short difficult jump sections are overweighted. Okay. So this is Padoru, yeah, the map you
Yep.
all love and
Uh
know.
huh. My favorite.
And then if you put TT on, it's 300.
Uh huh.
Yeah. And this is what I meant about difficulty spicy name being overrated.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
So like if the entire map is the spike, then that's what gets overweighted. Or
No, it's only for aim because tap.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I did mention about tap difficulty spike nerf. Like the if you lose accuracy, you get punished a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mari example. Yeah.
So it doesn't work that way for.
Yeah. That's not how it's not how it works for aim.
Ah. Okay.
I swear this reach 500 after you. It won't. Because aim is just dead in overall. Kind of wish I can do more with aim, but
Honestly,
fucking
if you can
aim.
four mod SS that, then sure.
What do you mean free? This is not free. I mean, it kind of is free because it's short.
It's short, but it's still hard as hell.
Yeah, it's still hard.
It's OD 11 PR AR 11.
This is OD 10.47 BC. Just as a
Oh, okay.
comparison. Yeah, which is like yeah, this is OD 10.47. If you can actually add that, then good luck.
Yeah. Well, we finally reached the end demise of all PP systems, Padoru. This means we really should stop.
Yeah. All right. Last question. How will easy be affected by rework?
It gets fucked by OD because droid. It gets fucked by CS because droid. And we can't do much about reading difficulty.
Yeah. I'm glad this is recorded actually because I can look back. Mm, yeah, I did mention about reading being a problem, and it's the main point why easy is underrated actually.
Ah,
Low AR
okay.
buff for some reason, bro.
Oh yeah, I think there's a low AR buff on hidden, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
not just hidden actually. I mean, it's for every AR. I think. I mean, low AR is buff in general. You don't need hidden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
buff easy. I need reading skill first, man. It's hard. It's harder than you think.
Get MV Master to work on it or whatever. Or whoever's doing it.
Apollo, Apollo made
Oh.
or yeah, Apollo made one. I don't know. I have not tried it though. Like I don't know how it works on actual maps.
Ah, okay.
Just click the buff button. Nah, I guess you have not paid enough attention to the thread I mentioned in meta discussion. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you see like how
you might wanna rewatch the whole just recap everything we've said the past 2.5 hours. You know, it might help.
yeah, or if you say just simply click something, then you need to see like how uh like the process of how I work on something. It it actually involves a lot of technical stuff, so get ready. Hold on. I can drop the message one, I guess. This is the example when I try to work on speed scaling. Okay, here's the message. Okay, this is just a small example of like how I work on something like the part of the system, and you can see it's a lot. There's a lot more to consider than just pressing a button, a buff button. Yeah. Can you buff a player by using outscore dismiss by default? Is meta? Yeah, that's literally what the thread is. Because I don't want to discuss. I originally it's done in the droid also droid channel in category, but I don't want to obstruct people from talking about droid in there. So anyway, I think that's it. Yeah, we're basically
Coins
at the
check.
end. So at the end, I want to say thank you for everyone who has listened. Maybe even if it's for the smallest part at the beginning, and more
Yeah.
so until the end. Yeah, because I did plan this. I did plan this out of nowhere. Uh, like in Sunday, I just thought maybe I should do a talk about the system so that people understand more, like what I working on or
Okay.
what
Uh,
I pursue in the future. Yeah.
that's good. For the recording of this, I need to cut out some like one or two things for like privacy reasons, and then I'll make it public later.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Don't forget Sputnik. I don't
Bruh.
know. I don't know what's your obsession with Sputnik, but sure.
It's the one complex river map people know. Let them have it.
All right. So yes, I'll just end it here. And again, thank you for listening. Uh, I did some like there's a lot of thoughts that went in my head when I actually talk about it. Like, so I had to really think when people ask specifically. So yeah, and sorry if I sound inaudible because I'm just really tired right now. And yeah, the beginning. I don't know what's wrong with the beginning. Whatever. Either way, let's just end there. Thank you for listening, and I guess see you in the next discussion if I will make one. Yeah.